But again, it's just mind-boggling. Like 2 weeks ago, this whole family was alive and well, living peacefully in their house, and then all of a sudden one day it's all over. I can't believe it. I really can't. Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Harmon. Today I'm in a town called Falls City, Washington. This is about 30 to 45 minutes east of Seattle. And I'm here checking out a family massacre that happened only about 2 weeks ago as of the recording of this video. So it's a very new case that just happened, but I was in the area and I heard about it and I wanted to document this case and give you guys some information and updates to what happened. So I'm gonna walk through this trail to the house where a family of 5 was murdered. And along the way, of course, I'm going to tell you the story, as much information as I know. But yeah, let's get into the details. Now, what's kind of cool about this neighborhood is there's a bunch of these little trails that cut through from cul-de-sac to cul-de-sac. It just makes it a little bit of a nicer viewing experience, as we can walk through the trail to the house and get some nice views along the way. Now, before I start with the information and history of this case, I want to point out that normally I don't film a case that has just happened, especially as this happened 2 weeks ago, like I said. And normally I don't do that because, of course, you know, there's not as much information in the case at that point, but also sometimes it can come across a little insensitive. If you've watched my channel for a long time, you know that all I do is just want to document these cases to remember the victims. So this story involves the Humiston family, which consisted of father Mark Humiston, who was 43, his wife Sarah, who was 42, and their children. Catherine was 7, Joshua was 9, Benjamin was 13. Now, one of the family members, an 11-year-old, did survive, but the perpetrator was the 15-year-old in the family. And so 3 siblings, as well as the parents, all were murdered. So this story starts October 21st, 2024. And a lot of this information I'm about to tell you is actually direct information coming from the one surviving family member, the 11-year-old girl. So this is key eyewitness from her, from what she saw and what she heard. Now, the 11-year-old recalled waking up Monday, again, this was the 21st of October. She woke up Monday to the sound of gunshots. When she looked outside her bedroom door, she saw her dad, Mark, with blood on his head, and her 9-year-old brother, named Joshua, with blood in his mouth, both laying on the floor of the hallway. And when her 7-year-old sister, named Catherine, walked out of their shared bedroom, the 11-year-old said she heard another gunshot before seeing her younger sister fall to the floor. So she continued to tell investigators that the shooter, again her 15-year-old brother, came to her bedroom and fired his weapon at least once or twice, hitting her in the hand and neck. But again, thankfully and miraculously, she was the only one who survived. Now, a few minutes later, the 15-year-old, the perpetrator, allegedly, of course, had actually called 911 himself, sounding out of breath and stating he was hiding in a bathroom. And he told 911 that his 13-year-old brother, named Benjamin, had actually killed his whole family and then killed himself. So according to the perpetrator's 911 call, he claims that Benjamin had been caught looking at some porn on the internet the night before, and he was about to get in a lot of trouble. That is possibly a motive for why he claims Benjamin was the one who shot and killed everyone. And of course, the 15-year-old was detained when police arrived at the home. The 15-year-old was charged in juvenile court with 5 counts of aggravated murder and 1 count of attempted murder. Now, further in the article, it describes the 11-year-old describing more of the details, and she says that she recognized the shooter, and she said it was, in fact, the 15-year-old brother, not the 13-year-old. Now, the 11-year-old said that she saw her brother approach the bodies of his other family members to see if they were alive, and pretended to play dead herself when he stood next to her bed. So, I mean, can you imagine the absolute terror that this young girl must have seen and faced? I mean, it's unbelievable just seeing her family members be shot and murdered and trying to survive by playing dead. I mean, I can't even fathom. She says that she saw their mother, Sarah, and their 13-year-old brother, Benjamin, who had been shot and killed somewhere else in the house. Just incredibly, incredibly sad and tragic. But we're gonna walk down the road here and I'm gonna show you guys the house where this happened. But before we get there, a few more details. Prosecutors asked the judge for a hearing for the perpetrator on June 4th, 2025, next year. And ultimately, it'll be up to the judge to decide whether the case will be moved to an adult court, which of course has different sentencing guidelines than the juvenile court. In juvenile court, the 15-year-old would be held out of facility for juveniles until the age of 25, which would be less than 10 years from sentencing. If the case is moved to an adult court, and the 15-year-old is convicted, of course, the sentence set by lawmakers is 25 years to life, with presumptions of release after 25 years, which the state sentence review board would, of course, determine his outcome. The perpetrator allegedly killed all 5 of his family members. I have to use the word allegedly because, of course, he has not been convicted in court, nor has he even gone to court yet for his trial. Of course, there's certain information that I cannot tell you guys. As I mentioned, the name of the 15-year-old perpetrator, or alleged gunman, of course. I cannot give his name because he is a juvenile. I cannot give the actual address to the house where the murders took place, as that has not been officially released. I think what elevates this terrible, terrible event, this tragedy, this murder, I think what elevates it is the fact that it's set in this very quaint, little beautiful, kind of tucked away neighborhood here in Falls City or Snoqualmie area. And so, you know, when this all took place, when everything unfolded, all the neighbors were absolutely shocked. I mean, as anyone would, but especially in this quaint little oasis in the forest here. I mean, it's such a picturesque type place. And so, again, you would never expect something like this to happen. All right, guys, as always, I'm not going to get too close to the actual house itself because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to disturb anything or anyone. So I'm just going to, of course, stay here on the road. And as you can tell, it's blocked off. I mean, someone put some garbage cans, but no one wants to let people walk on their property, especially when it's a big murder event like this. Anyway, again, this is as close as I can get, but where this terrible, terrible family tragedy happened, it's right down here. The actual house is right there. Unfortunately, all 5 family members lost their lives in that beautiful little house. Anyway, I apologize I can't zoom in very far on this camera, but that is the house back there. I don't know what I was expecting when I came here, but I guess I was under the impression that maybe there'd be a small potential memorial or flowers or, you know, something, but maybe the community just didn't want to add more attention to this place than it needed to be. But again, it's just mind-boggling. Like 2 weeks ago, this whole family was alive and well, living peacefully in their house, and then all of a sudden one day it's all over. I can't believe it. I really can't. Obviously, rest in peace to all 5 family members. And again, if I have any updates, I'll try to make another video. But either way, if you're new around here and you appreciate these kind of videos, especially like going out to the actual locations, that is the name of my channel. That is what I do. I don't just talk about stuff. I usually go to the actual events where they happen. So if you like that kind of stuff, just make sure you subscribe. Again, it's always free. But until next time, as always, my name's Harmon, and I'll see you guys on the next one. See you soon.